Over this last week, I've gotten to try the Wuthering Waves second CVT. Let's look at an overview of the game's features, followed by some of my first impressions. Wuthering Waves is an open-world gacha game with features familiar to the genre. Teams consist of 3 characters who you can switch between with just a 1-second cooldown, even in combat. Each character has 1 skill and 1 ultimate, with several passives to round out their kit. The ultimates, known as Resonance Liberation, are not automatically cast when swapping, and can be used as you wish. Instead, characters have intro and outro skills, which are automatically used when swapping in or out, when enough concerto energy is gained. This is separate from resonance energy, which is used for the aforementioned ultimates. Additionally, well-timed dodges can grant bonus effects when attacking, and well-timed attacks can interrupt enemy attacks. Progression is primarily gated by your union level, the EXP of which is mainly gained through time-gated activities such as daily missions or spending your energy, otherwise known as wave plate, on instances or field bosses around the world. You can also gain Union XP by completing one-time exploration objectives, which are very plentiful, but doing so is also very slow in comparison. Spending wave plate daily is the primary way to gain materials to level up your characters and their weapons. But, as you might imagine, you can also strengthen them by pulling their respective dupes, both of which are obtained from the gacha.
Garbage, 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 garbage. Yep, looks like a gacha to me.
For characters, these bonuses range from bland effects such as 3% increased elemental damage, to large buffs on their skills, and of course utility. For weapons, the base stats do not change, but the bonus effects do. Aside from using the gacha and wave plate to progress, there's a semi-grindable form of progression in the Echo system. Killing mobs around the world yields up to a 20% chance to drop an Echo, an equipable item with random stats, with a varying rank from 1 to 5 as you progress world levels. Each Echo has a random main stat and set effect. Good luck getting the stars to align. Echoes have substats, up to 5 depending on the rank, but you can't see the substats until you level up the Echo and use tuners to reveal them, which you receive from the same instance that you grind the Echo XP at. Grinding the right mob to get the right main stat, and then investing wave plate into the right bonus stats may turn out to be quite the RNG challenge. You can equip up to 5 Echoes, and the one in the foremost slot grants a special skill unique to the Echo. Some of them are quite interesting. Other content includes the Tower of Adversity, as well as Hologram. Hologram puts your skills to the test with timed battles against the boss, and is said to be one of the most difficult pieces of content in the game currently. though these are all one and done encounters. The Tower of Adversity is a sequential challenge that requires you to have multiple characters built up, as each character can only be used a certain amount of times. The movement in the game is snappy, and getting around the world is very typical. You have a glider, though running doesn't take any stamina. There are also pre-designated grapple points, which feel nice, but are extremely limited in where they're placed. You can get around town in style, but don't expect to fling yourself with freedom in the open world. However, climbing in this game stands out from similar games, as you don't have to deal with the mundane and slow climbing. You literally run straight up walls and can even flip around edges. That's about it for the basics of the game. So, what do I think personally? Warning! The following opinions are based on a very early first impression, and are thus not indicative of the entire game. I think the game starts off a bit slow. It was hard for me to remain interested initially, but I'm no stranger to games with slow starts. The later content in the game looks like it has promise, but at this current point of time, it's hard to determine how the game will be in the long run. Is the content only hard now because people are severely undergeared, or is it genuinely hard? What about when Hologram gets conquered? Will it be expanded later, or is what we have what we get? I think the hit feedback feels very weak, especially early game when nothing is hitting you very hard at all. It's actually very difficult to tell that you're even getting hit or hitting something back, other than seeing HP bars move. Better sound design would go a long way with this, but we're still in a beta, so surely it'll improve after. My early experience in the main story was nothing to write home about. The story was slow, and half the cutscenes didn't even have voice acting or character movement. At least half of it was skippable, though it felt like what was or wasn't skippable was a bit random, and some side quest stories were also non-skippable. One of my side quest experiences involved walking for literally 5 seconds, and then getting stuck in 5 minutes of unskippable dialogue, repeating for 30 minutes. Play the race! Fight me! Okay, I gotta walk for like 5 seconds. Okay. Please let me play the race now. Let me play something. Okay, go. Okay. I'm a pufferfish! Wait, how do I move? Oh, space, jump, right click dash, okay. Wait, is that a crystal I'm supposed to touch? Okay. Oh, and now I'm in cutscene mode. I can't actually play the game right now. Guys, I have hands off the keyboard. Wait, that's it? Oh, okay, well, I was having fun for like 5 seconds. And now we're back in cutscene mode. I'll probably try this when it comes out anyways, but if the game gives me a furry dude instead of Encore, I will cry. I'll see you guys next time!